Girl cheated by her boyfriend gets a hot pro athlete instead. Ashley arrives at the Idaho airport and excitedly talks to her boyfriend and a real estate partner, who reveals they lost a client but closed a deal independently. Ashley becomes alarmed when she realizes that he reached out to her client while she was on a 5-hour flight. He tries to justify his actions by claiming that the client trusts him more than her. Ashley called him out for sneaking around and taking the client she'd been trying to get for 2 months instead of working as her partner. Although he expresses a desire to move past the situation, Ashley recognizes that he lacks maturity and accountability, so she decided to break up with him. Scott, a dejected hockey player, talks to his ex-girlfriend at the same airport. She rejects spending Christmas together, and Scott feels down. Both end up at the airport shop, Ashley snatching the bell from Scott as he impatiently rings it. They share stories, with Ashley comforting Scott about the passionate hockey fans in the seemingly dull town. Ashley notices Scott's hockey stick in his bag at the airport. The shop clerk arrives and they both hand over their credit cards for payment, which, as luck would have it, look the same as each other. Ashley mentions her visit to family after living in New York for 5 years. Scott hints at returning to the big leagues soon. The shop clerk returns their cards, and Ashley leaves for her ride. She meets her sisters, Julie and Becca, who warmly welcome her. Julie comments on her sophisticated look, and Becca mentions getting her real estate license. Ashley changes the subject to their lives, and they share updates about a new water treatment plant. At home, Ashley talks with her mom and grandma, subtly hinting at the competitive real estate market and lying about Trevor's arrival. The family is optimistic about Trevor. Julie hopes he treats Ashley well, and Dave, Julie's partner, enters. Parker, Julie and Dave's son, invites Ashley to his hockey game. Meanwhile, Scott is introduced to Coach Gus at the ice rink, who brings up Scott's father. Uncomfortable, Scott switches the topic. Gus briefs him on the property and assigns him a cottage. Scott's first game is in 5 hours, and Coach Jensen leads the team practice. Coach Jensen introduces Scott to the team, but player Pierre starts off on the wrong foot due to competition. Ashley surprises her dad at his store, and he convinces her to attend the hockey game that night. Meanwhile, Pierre mocks Scott, and after practice, Coach Jensen briefs the team on Christmas events, reminding Scott of his community commitment. Ashley's card is denied for an errand, embarrassing her. She realizes her card was switched with Scott's. An old lady gathers charity funds for Ashley. Scott takes teammates to a bar, but his card is denied under Ashley's name. Teammates dislike him more, affecting his game preparation. Ashley attends the game. Scott is benched, and Pierre fails miserably. Ashley watches with her family, feeling refreshed. After the game, she plans to meet Scott to retrieve their switched cards. Scott, not keen on the town, doubts he'll leave soon. Ashley doubts his success after his performance in the game. Intrigued by Ashley's hockey knowledge, Scott learns she used to attend games with her dad. Lacking ID, Ashley uses a sports pamphlet to help Scott retrieve his card, earning his respect. They share a cab and discover Scott is staying at Ashley's parents' guest cottage. The next morning, Ashley is motivated by Scott's resilience and makes cold calls before preparing for a cider social event. At the event, Scott, initially confused, borrows an outfit from Ashley's dad and helps serve cider. Julie hints at Scott being a good match, but Ashley's mom reminds her of Trevor. Scott, though intrigued, remains focused on hockey. After the event, Ashley meets Becca to see her new office, where they close a deal together. At Scott's practice, he helps a teammate, Zetner, with scoring techniques, noticed by Coach Jensen. The hockey team is tasked with creating a winter wonderland for the town. Pierre seeks Scott's advice, maintaining his arrogance. Ashley and Becca celebrate with manicures, and Ashley confides in Becca about her career challenges and recent breakup with Trevor. Becca provides support, and they enjoy their holiday-themed manicures. Scott practices for hours, and Gus directs him to a public rink on the other side of town to continue his session. Parker and his friends start a hockey game at the public rink, spontaneously choosing Scott and his team, unaware of his professional status. Scott, initially confused, plays along with the kids, fueled by Parker's sportsmanship to lead his team to victory. Impressed, the kids learn hockey tricks from Scott. Unbeknownst to him, Ashley observes his nurturing interaction with her nephew. Ashley picks up Parker, who invites her on the ice rink. They skate together, and Scott admits envy for Julie and Dave's unwavering support for Parker's games. Ashley shares her struggle between work in New York and family in Idaho Falls. Scott suggests Ashley moving back for a fulfilling life, but she feels obligated to succeed in New York, despite her happiness in Idaho Falls. At the evening game, Pierre succeeds in a penalty shot following Scott's advice. News breaks of an injured player in the big leagues playing Scott's position. Coach Jensen calls Scott to his office, raising his hopes for career advancement. However, he learns Zettner, lacking in skills, will be promoted due to him being younger. Zettner was supposed to coach kids, and Scott must replace him. Ashley finally confesses her breakup with Trevor to her parents, feeling left out among seemingly perfect couples in her family during the holidays. Her parents assure her of better things to come. Arriving at Parker's game, Ashley encounters Scott, now the coach, nervously pacing. He admits to not knowing what to do, and Ashley advises him to be the father figure he never had. Scott's team performs well, and Julie suggests inviting Scott for dinner. After the game, Ashley invites Scott to her family's dinner, warning him not to drink her grandma's eggnog. Despite Ashley's warning, Scott feels obligated to accept. He struggles to keep it down, but doesn't want to offend Ashley's grandma, who is delighted he isn't paranoid about salmonella. Later, Ashley, Julie, and their mom find it sweet of Scott to endure the eggnog. Scott chats cheerfully with Ashley's grandma, who wraps a scarf around his neck. Ashley feels a sense of care for him as he expresses appreciation for receiving a handmade gift for the first time. Ashley gives Scott pie to help wash away the taste. Ashley's dad, with a sore back, enlists Scott's help in decorating the Christmas tree in the yard. Ashley shares a childhood story of planting a tree given by her dad to have a Christmas tree all year long. 20 years later, the tree planted by Ashley's dad still stands tall in their yard, symbolizing enduring connections. Scott and Ashley sense a growing bond but pull back as Scott leaves for his guest cottage. They plan to meet at the town's main event the next day. Accompanying Becca to show the property, Ashley considers a career change as the lead real estate agent in their town is retiring. Becca suggests they work together, but Ashley hesitates. Coach Jensen gives Scott a coaching book, recognizing his potential. Scott, focused on playing, declines the offer. At the main event, Ashley gives Scott the Idaho Falls experience, playing fishing games with her family. Later, Scott seeks Ashley's opinion on pursuing coaching and mentions an assistant coaching offer in Idaho Falls. Ashley's hope is interrupted by a call from a client offering her a job in New York, forcing her to consider sacrificing time with her family for more prospects. On Christmas, Ashley confides in Scott about her recent dilemma. He helps her focus on the festivities, and they enjoy a laughter-filled snowball fight with Ashley's family the next morning. Ashley stops Scott from going to practice, encouraging him to build his first snowman with them. Parker is thrilled when he learns Scott might be coaching next year. Later, Scott discovers he's being moved up due to Zettner's inability to handle the pressure. Elated, Ashley is still undecided. Julie provides clarity, reminding Ashley not to miss out on the wholesome things she loves. Ashley goes to see Scott, and they're both finally getting their big breaks and leaving town. They give each other sentimental gifts before painfully parting, but fate has other plans as they both find each other back in the airport shop where they first met. Scott takes the coaching job, and Ashley takes him in for a much-awaited kiss. They share the cab on their way home as now Ashley will be Becca's partner. Turns out you really can have it all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Black's Movie Recaps for more exciting videos. Until next time.